Welcome back to the Making the Madness YouTube channel. Sean here again today to break down a pretty underrated player. It's going to be Qua Grant, who's transferring from West Texas A&M to Wichita State, and that's a big-time get for Isaac Brown. They were able to make the NCAA tournament last season, but now they add a guy who is fantastic at basketball in a lot of different facets of the game. He is an incredible defender. For his size, 6'1". I think that'll translate pretty well to the D1 level. He was Lone Star Conference Tournament MVP. He was first-team All-Lone Star Conference. He was a first-team All-American 2 years ago and a first-team All-American this season. He's been an absolute monster in the Division II ranks for 3 years now, and he finally is able to transfer over to the Division I ranks, somewhere where he is going to thrive next season, because he is a lights-out shooter who can really shoot it from anywhere. Shot 38% from deep last season. He's an incredible passer. He makes some, LaMelo Ball-esque passes and just some passes you normally don't see guys making, but he makes some very tough passes, some no-look passes, some nice bounce passes. He just does a lot of things well. And for a guy who's coming from D2 ball, people may look at it and be like, okay, he's a guy who averaged 22 at a Division II level, but he shot 52% from the field. He shot 38 from deep. How good is this guy? And the answer is very good. He's going to be an all-conference guy, whether it's this year or if he uses a free year in 2 years. I think he's an all-conference guy without a doubt because he is super strong. I mean, he's built like an NFL running back. His, just the way his body's structured, he has big legs, which is tough to stop inside for a guy his size. The ability to penetrate and get inside into the driving lane, it's tough for even bigs to stop because he is super strong for a 6'1" guy. You usually don't see 6'1" guys as strong as he is, and it makes him that much more dangerous because he can pull up from 28 feet, and he can also drive on you and get to the basket. He's just so good at basketball in a lot of different ways. He's a good rebounder for his size. He does everything well. There's nothing he doesn't do at a high level. He averaged nearly a triple-double this season. He had 8 rebounds a game, which is just insane for a guy, that's 6'1" and a point guard. And I think alongside Tyson Etienne, he's going to play a huge role. That could shape up to be one of the best starting backcourts in the country just because Qua Grant's very good and Tyson Etienne is also very good. I think both are going to be, all-conference guys for sure. I think Etienne is probably going to handle the ball more, but Grant could also handle the ball if, they're both kind of combo guys, so I guess we'll see what happens there. But both are tremendous scorers, which is very big. And you look at next season's roster, you're returning a fair amount of pieces. You're losing Alterique Gilbert, which is pretty big. You're losing Trey Wade. That's whatever. You're losing Isaiah Poor-Bear Chandler. That's not a huge loss. You're losing Remy Robert, who was a JUCO guy that transferred out. You're losing... No, Trevin Wade actually decided to come back. But besides that, you're not losing a ton, which is, a good thing because this was a talented roster, but not a super talented roster last season. You had Matt McFarland from Colby Community College, 6'10", JUCO player. He's going to be very good. You return Dexter Dennis more than likely, and you have 4 spots, I believe, to fill. If my math is correct, let's see. You should have 3 or 4. If my math is correct, I'm not great at math, but I think it's 3 or 4. So I think you could add a few high-level transfers with that because Wichita State is still a good program, even though it's in the AAC. They've been to a Final Four in the last decade. That's a good recruiting chip, and Isaac Brown is a great coach who showed he was able to win with not the most talented roster available and a program going through a lot of issues because of the whole Greg Marshall situation. Isaac Brown took over on short notice and did a phenomenal job. He was rewarded with the full-time gig, and rightfully so because he's an incredible coach. I think Wichita State's going to be a very good team next season, and Qua Grant is going to be a big part of that. Thanks for watching the video. Definitely like and subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Jonathan and myself certainly appreciate everybody that listens, and until next time, have a good one.